Well, this season's been full of highs and lows at Nottingham Forest. So today I've got three guests on with me. I've got Rads, whose channel will be linked in the description. Hello.
Hello.
I've got to below what I can see, Joe.
Hello.
And then down below Rads, I've got LJP.
Afternoon.
At 7:30 in the evening, but yeah.
Yeah.
So feel free to get your opinions on obviously everything in the chat. Will be reading your comments out as well. But let's get straight into it. So obviously we started the season under Houghton for 7 games. Obviously we lost all of them, bar drawing to Derby. So what were your opinions on the time under Houghton and that?
Forgettable.
Is there enough time in the day to talk about it? Because it's that embarrassing.
The best manager in the world, of course.
Very, very, of course,
A complete waste of time, effort, everything anything like that, just a waste of time. Oh, fine margins as well.
The opposition are going to win.
I've heard
that was his entire his time in front of the press. Was the opposition were insane. The opposition were going to win. I swear, after we beat Wickham 3-0, he said they're a very good opposition and they made it a very tough game. I swear we said that.
Bottom of the league. No, they're still a good team. Very tough game. You won 3-0. Tough game, fine margins.
Yep, I think that says it all.
I commented on the Brentford official YouTube channel earlier. Did Minister put thumbs up to a reply to it?
What did he put?
But let's not get onto that. But yeah, obviously the time under Houghton wasn't the best, and I mean it did get off to an alright start. I mean, the first half against Coventry was good, but then it just all went downhill from there. Joe, what's your thoughts? Joe, what's your thoughts on it again?
On what?
On the whole time under Houghton.
Well, we didn't start too bad, but as it went on, we just lost a lot of games.
So, do you think Houghton should have gone earlier, or do you think it was the right time to sack him after Borough?
Yeah, I think it was the right time.
He should have gone earlier. To me, I think questionable whether he should have even been here at the start of the season or not. But I think really after the Derby match, because we had the international break, I think it would have been a good time to get rid of him then instead of waiting 2 games. But I think the reason why he didn't is because Dane Murphy was still new, so he didn't want to just sack him straight away. But, yeah.
Joe's I doubt. I think.
Well, I think you can understand why Dane Murphy did keep him on after the international break, because it might have seemed a bit bizarre to sack him straight after the 1-1 draw. I don't think we should have sacked him after the end of the season, because as much as we finished the season with a whimper, I think we lost our last 5 games, did we? Or was it not?
I don't think we won any of the last 5 or 6, but
I think our last win was the win on Easter Monday against QPR. But yeah, it was really, I think, you can understand why we didn't sack him then, but still, I think we probably should have sacked him after Stoke, to be fair. But then, yeah, I think probably after Stoke would have been the right time to do it.
I've also got Andy on the stream, who is from World of Sport, who hosts a championship show, which is an amazing show, isn't it, Luke?
Oh yes, it's elite.
Let's just say it's a weird and non-scripted show, because it's certainly very much off the cuff. Thanks for having me, Owen.
And he supports Bristol City, so I thought I'd get him on. And he covers obviously the Championship, so I thought I'd get him on for his opinions about Forest. So, what do you think about the whole time under Houghton, Annie?
Look, Houghton, do you want me to talk about this season, or do you want me to talk about last season, or do you want just a bit both?
Well, it's a mid-season review, so I'd say this season.
Right. Look, it was disaster. I mean, 7 games, 1 point is just pretty abject. It's not even anywhere near the 1 point per game you need normally to survive. It was utterly pathetic. The football was not great. I mean, you kind of expect that from a Houghton team. They set up on the counter attack, but the defense conceding goals. Not that I think the main problem was up top, just not firing at all. Even with Zinchenko coming in the summer, Brennan Johnson coming back, who we thought was going to be incredible, well, at least very good for Forest after coming back on loan from Lincoln. So we thought maybe Forest have got something there, because at Brighton under Houghton, they had Knockout, they had Murray, and they just did the job. Everyone else around they just had to defend and had to keep the shape, and none of that was happening. And I think once that Borough game came along, and I saw the team news, and my first reaction was, "Where the hell is Samba?" Because every time a manager's under pressure, if a manager changes the goalkeeper, we know something is not going right, because the goalkeeper changing is normally the last resort of, right, he's going to get sacked now. If he loses this game, he's sacked. He changed Samba to Horwath. What did Horwath do? Give the ball straight to Anel Hernandez. He scored. It's like, what is going right? Nothing was going right. Well, I mean, I think changing Houghton was the right decision, and I still think Houghton's a good manager. Don't get that wrong. I just think Forest, at that point in time, Forest just looked a total mess, and whether that was Houghton, whether that was the owners, I don't know. Still a huge debate over that, and rightly so, really. I suppose it could have been a bit of both, but I think Houghton had to go. In the end, it's been the right decision.
We've got a question here. Where's Rotten Dad David?
He's I don't know. He's downstairs somewhere. Probably doing something very important, most likely.
The repair shop.
The fact that you thought of that straight away is pretty mental. Probably not. But then again, he probably could be. Who knows? Something very important.
So, how many points do you think we would have had if we had Cooper at the start of the season? Because obviously we've got 37 points now, haven't we? And then, how many points do you think we would have had if we had those 7 games at the start of the season under Cooper and not Houghton?
I think we'll be in the top 6. Not gonna say we would have won all of the games. What there was out of those 7 games was 21 points available. I doubt we would have got all 21. Might have been somewhere around 15. So I think we'll be in the top 6. I'd say around 4th, 5th. But I don't think we'll be in top 2, even if we had Cooper at the start. If I'm honest.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I think I've just seen the table at the moment. 5 points off Borough. And now that's another thing. Borough have changed their manager mid-season. Coventry, it's like, will you if I reverse that and say if Wilder was there at the start of the season without Warnock, would Borough be higher than 6th potentially? So, anyways, I think you'd be around the top 6. I think you'd definitely be closer than 5 points. I wouldn't potentially say closer, as in the top 6, maybe. I don't know. I don't think he'd be in the top 5. Maybe in. I'm spinning myself in circles here. You know what? I think he'd be above Borough. I think he'd be in 6, but I don't think he'd be much higher than that.
Okay. Now, Rads, where do you think we would have been?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with those opinions, really. I think it would probably be the top 6. I mean, looking at how Cooper's done, he's only lost 3 games, and they're all against teams that are in or very close to the playoffs. I mean, losing to Fulham's not really, anything to be ashamed of, and it wasn't a 4-0 game really in terms of how we played. Huddersfield was just a very, very unlucky performance. We could have won that like 4-1 at the end of the day, and Burr was a bit of an off game, to be fair. But I think we would be probably top 6. I don't think we'd be in the top 2, to be fair. But it's only 7 games, but that could have made a difference for all we know. And that who knows, maybe those 7 games might ultimately cost us as to whether we will, even fight for promotion or not properly. I think we would be at least in the top 6 right now if we had Cooper at the start.
Okay, we've got a question from Lequan here. Do you think Paul... I don't want to pronounce the second name because I just know I'm going to butcher it.
We'll call him Paul.
I think he's a centre forward. I don't know what club he's from though.
Let's have a look. Let's not show that again, shall we? Look on. Let's not show that. That was already put on another live stream on World Sport. I need to bring up the goal reaction again.
Someone go and get all the cheese and wine to confirm it.
I've had that tune stuck in my head for absolutely ages. It's brilliant. Anyway, it says forward. I'll try and find a more specific position.
Right winger.
Probably wants to say winger.
His main position's left winger.
I thought so.
So, when Houghton got sacked, I thought Raddad would be our next manager.
Oh, yes.
I think he would have done an amazing job, to be fair, if he was the manager. Definitely. Maybe, who knows? Maybe better than Cooper. Who knows?
Chatmate deserves an Oscar for that video.
Oh, yeah, that was elite.
Honestly, it was an amazing video. I've seen it as well.
If you haven't watched that, what are you doing? Watch it. It is on another level.
Hilarious.
I've watched it about 4 times already.
LJP brought great luck to the Liverpool game on Sunday.
I joined straight away and they went 1-0 down, 2-0 down. Then 5 minutes later, they went 3-0 down. So I've brought amazing luck for Brentford, I must say.
Okay, so obviously under Houghton, Cooper, it started off really well. Obviously, we had Andy Reid in charge for the Huddersfield game before. Obviously, Cooper took over and that. Obviously, there was we switched to a 3-back, which has obviously worked so far under Cooper. So let's just have a look at the games that we had at the start of Cooper's range. I'm going to go up to Fulham because that was our first loss. So we had Millwall to start off with, and then which was 1-1 draw, and then Barnsley, which we won 3-1, and then Birmingham, which we won 3-0. Blackpool, which beat them 2-1. Bristol City, which is obviously Andy's team, which we S-housed them in the 90th minute. And then after
we
that,
did, didn't we? Just reminding. This coincidentally is a Bristol fan on this stream. You mentioned that.
Should have said no to joining.
Matt SB has just said Cookie was one of the Boris lookalikes.
Christ.
Beautiful.
So obviously, what were your thoughts on that, like, those first few games under Cooper? Because obviously we showed that like fighting spirit, like a new Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I think you could maybe argue it was the new manager bounce, but I mean, we didn't necessarily have that on a Houghton. I don't know if that was because it was Houghton, no fans in stadiums or anything, but I think the fight, the grit, and the heart and the fight we showed, games like QPR, Bristol City, which I'm sure Mr. Annie would love to be reminded of.
That's a great reference.
It's still it's the first one that comes up, but yeah, we definitely showed a lot more fighting spirit, which I don't think we ever showed under Houghton. I think we scored 190th minute goal, and coincidentally that was in his first game. But yeah, I think we've never really scored late goals, and we're scoring them in abundance. Well, we scored one just last week, which it just shows, I think, the spirit that Cooper's brought, and this is necessarily to do with the games, but the interaction he shows with fans. David, you have a season ticket. Did Houghton ever acknowledge the fans after a game? Because I mean, even when we lose, Cooper claps the fans, even when we've lost on a few occasions.
No, I remember. I think Houghton generally didn't realise that we had fans in the stadium. I think he just thought it was still lockdown, to be fair. Because no, I don't remember him doing anything to acknowledge us. To be fair, I was more, in tears than anything to notice. But obviously, yeah, Cooper, when we lost 4-0 to Fulham, he came over and clapped the fans, and there was no boos at full time after losing 4-0, which is quite a rare thing. If anything, it was not cheers, but there was at least appreciation of the players' efforts and that. And I think everyone realised it was quite a harsh result, and at the end of the day, it was Fulham who do score quite a lot of goals. Really, 60 odd goals this season. Says an awful lot about
6-2.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not. It was difficult to lose 4-0, but if you're going to lose 4-0, lose 4-0 to Fulham, I suppose. But yeah, Cooper there's literally no comparison between him and Houghton. In every way, it's the way Cooper talks, the way he sets up everything, and you can tell he really, really does appreciate the fan base, and that we appreciate him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fully agree.
I just did it as well.
What do you think, Annie? Then, obviously, other than us being new, it's. I mean, you can't get away from that game.
Honestly, conceding 2 goals in injury time. Honestly, I think Cooper's brought something very, very different, and Forrester playing the 3-4-3, which Houghton preferred at Swansea as well for a long period of time. But I feel like he's doing it much better, because at Swansea he had very good players in his first season, like Conor Gallagher, Ryan Brewster, Matt Grimes, Freddie Woodman, Andre Ayew, Connor Roberts. They had very good players. Even the second season, they had good players. I just think in the second season, he had good players, but he had a more tactical approach. He had a more pragmatic approach, and I thought that would be carried on into this Forest team. It's not been the case. 3-4-3. They've been attacking. Worrell, McKenna. Who's been the third centre back? Worrell, McKenna.
Cook came in January, and then it was Figueiredo from the start.
It's also been Figueiredo, yeah.
Figueiredo. Mbeso's played a few times, I think. But yeah, I think what Cooper wants is a solid base, and then if he knows he has a solid base, he can then ask Zinkernagel, Graben, Taylor, Lolly, Johnson, whoever it is, really go and really go and attack the opposition. Keenan Davis as well missed out. So I think he's played this attacking style because he knows he has a very good defense, and now he's added Steve Cook to that. It's only going to get better, isn't it? I think it's great that you signed Steve Cook. So expect more attacking football, I'd say, because when he knows he has a solid defense, he really goes after teams because he can rely on his back line. And Steve Cooper now knows he has 3 centre backs who are very good: McKenna, Worrell, Cook, with Bruce Amber in goal, who's performing very well at the moment. He can be a bit iffy at times, but performing very well at the moment. So, and obviously the fullbacks as well, Shed Spence, and when Max Lowe comes back, that's going to be a huge boost as well. So I'd say be excited.
Okay, we've got some comments here. Ericsson could join Brentford. Yeah, that's good for, obviously, what happened in the Euros was not good for him and that. And it's good that he looks like his football career is going to carry on. And he says Brennan Johnson has the opportunity to play with Ericsson.
Yeah, Ericsson's going to join Forest. That's why. He's
Tom wants me to show you the clip.
Who knows?
So this was Wayne Rooney when Rooney sees Mel Morris is trying to take Pride Park away.
What? Oh, I've seen this. He put it in the group chat.
Oh God.
It's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
He ought to go to Everton, really, just make it even worse for them.
That would be the definition of them in the mud, because Rooney's the only thing that's keeping them alive, really.
Coops.
And let's just appreciate Taylor quickly.
I knew as soon as we got Steve Cook, it was a sign we have the same last name.
The scenes.
Could we just take a minute to appreciate this photo?
Oh, yes. Almost as good as the one I've got.
Cry on the telly, cry on the telly. We saw you cry on the
telly. Anyway.
Sorry, that just had to do that.
What I want to do now is I want to pick out 3 players that have really impressed you so far this season.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I'll go first. Jack Colback's got to be on there. Do I go? Could go Yates. Tend to go Yates. I think Colback's definitely got to be on there. I think Yates has got to go on there. And I think, it's got to be Spence, because I think a lot of Forest fans, when we signed him on, it was deadline day, wasn't it? Yeah. Were like, it's a deadline day, it's within the last hour. It must have been a panic buy. Well, even if he's not done so bad for a panic buy, back-pocketed Gabriel Martinelli and has been just insane, especially under Cooper. Well, I mean, I can't think of one player that was good under Houghton, really. But I don't think he was even terrible under Houghton. But yeah, still. You've also honourable mentions I've got to go to your Brennan Johnsons and that. But yeah, those are my main 3. Spence, Yates and Colback.
Solikon confirming that the new wing back can play against Derby. I've seen a picture of him on the training ground today, and obviously because he hasn't really played yet because their season finished in November because MLS are different to us. But is Lowe back in training? When's he back in?
I think he's supposed to be back in within the next week. And I wasn't sure. I had my hopes up that he would be able to play against Derby, but part of me thinks he wouldn't be. I don't think he'll be able to, because I think Cooper said that he'll be back in training the next week. So he'll probably be in training before then. Just appreciate this.
Oh, great! Yeah, just imagine. We get Max Lowe back after like 2 months away. Comes back against Derby. It's ex-club. 90th minute. Scores a volley from 40 yards. That'd just be perfect, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would just be insane. If he does do that, he would officially become a Forest legend if he were to achieve that.
Do what he did against Millwall, against Derby in the last minute, please. That'd be great.
Perfect.
So, Rads, what do you think to that? Three players that really stood out to you.
Well, it's difficult to narrow it down to 3 players, really, based off how we've done under Cooper. But if we're really going to narrow it down, obviously Spencer's got to be one of them, just because of how amazing he's been in every way. Clearly loves it at Forest. And I doubt he's going to stay with us much longer, to be fair. But we just make the most of him while we've got him. I mean, the other 2 are difficult. I think I'll go for Scott McKenna because, he never, ever puts a foot wrong. When you watch him live, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to see him live a lot, he's just... I don't think I've seen him make a mistake, right? But apart from against Fulham, he wasn't the best defensively. He's just so comfortable on the ball. He often tends to just go on runs forward just out of nowhere and just gets attacks going, which is pretty good for centre-backs to do that occasionally. It always tends to be him as well. And the other one, I think I probably would choose Ryan Yates. But then again, there's Jack Colback as well. Like, he's that man's completely reinvented himself this season, and same for Graveline. I think I will go for Ryan Yates, really, one of our own. And that would be the deciding factor. But Yates he does the dirty work. I think a lot of people say that about Yatesy, and proving the doubters wrong as well. Just a great player, and I don't really see him leaving us either. I said that in Rads cast on my own channel, so hopefully he doesn't leave either.
I mean, obviously you got to put Colback down because he's got used to playing at left back when his normal position's in at centre midfield and that. Annie, obviously, when you've had the chance to watch Forest, what 3 players have really impressed you?
Lyle Taylor.
Wow.
I think I agree with Yates and Colback, to be honest. I think they've been very good. I don't know about the third one. I think Bruce Samber's been excellent, and I think even though he might not be this good all of the season, I still think he's inconsistent. I think Bruce Samber can be a very good player at times. So, I'll just go with Bruce Samber because can't really think of anyone else. I mean, Jed Spencer's up there as well. But go, you know what? Bruce Samber, Yates, and Colback.
Short with Lyle Taylor.
He likes a Big Mac, Bruce Samber.
Oh, that interview.
So Dortmund are losing to FC St. Pauli or however you say that.
Top side.
Never heard of them.
Are they now? Yes, they are.
Elite. That's just insane. David, question.
It's exclusive content. But
I think Raddad's the most famous person to ever exist.
you will see him against Derby, for sure.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Brentford wants Spence. What a surprise. Every club wants him.
No, you can't have him. Because I said so.
Alone. Leave him alone. He's our player, whoever. Even though he's technically not. He's Middlesbrough's.
He's up there with the iconic players like Lyle Taylor. Because Lyle Taylor's just insane. I think everyone in the stream could agree that Lyle Taylor is insane.
I agree with that. Very, very consistent. Every 25 days. And that's been generous, that is. We've gone like 2 months before.
Oh, happy birthday to Radscast as well.
Yeah, late birthday.
It turned 1 on the 8th of January.
Did you check that or did you just know?
I knew that.
Wow. That's pretty mental, to be fair.
Yeah, insane.
I haven't heard that Man United are in for him. All I've heard is Tottenham, Arsenal, and Leeds, and then clubs abroad.
Arsenal, they're a small club. Stay at a big club like Forest.
I think Spurs can have him if they give us Son.
Well, that'll be fair. He's a fringe player, Son, so he can come to us.
Yeah, 100%. This is all set in stone.
Throw Harry Kane in there for a bit of a laugh,
Yeah, an extra 100 million. I think that's fair, if you ask me. Such a shame. Let's just appreciate Lyle Taylor again. 90 and 91 have always been my favourite numbers.
I love the way Taylor takes a penalty, how he just gently strolls up to the ball, like really nerve-wracking. And he just slots it. And then when he gets the ball, he runs up to it, runs back to the halfway line. And then, Martin gets it, he plays it over to Lolly. And then sometimes Lolly might pass it into the penalty box. And then Taylor will be just there to, knock it into the net. And then it's absolute limbs in the away end. That would be great if that happened.
Yeah, hang on, lads. Let me just drink Bristol fans' tears.
You can get me off, yeah.
It's almost like I just reenacted what happened in the future.
Always preferred Rovers.
That's a bit too far.
We'll see about that.
That's an insult. That is an insult to a Bristol City fan. Right?
I can take it. It's fine, honestly.
Bristol are like mid-table league too, so I don't think they're that bothered.
Yeah, well.
So now we're going to get on to 3 players that you're excited to see for the rest of the season. Now, one of them for me is Jande Silva, I think it's pronounced, or I'm just going to call him Silva, because obviously he had those 2 games. He had that bit of the game against Middlesbrough and had that game against Huddersfield. However long he played, because I think he got subbed off as well. But he looked excited in those 2 games that he played in. So that's one that I'm excited to see. So, Rads, who are you excited to see in the second half of the season?
I think you probably got to look at the new signings, really. Still want to see what they're all about. I mean, we've got a good idea of it already from the 2 games they've had, but I think definitely Steve Cook, because I want to, see him just bossing the defence a little bit more than he already has done. Because you already have Scott McKenna and Joe Wall. You just go and sign Steve Cook. That's how massive Forest are. We can just go and get a player like that. But yeah, definitely Steve Cook. Keenan Davis as well, because I've been impressed with him so far. The way he just runs at defenders, doesn't really care at all. He just goes at it and often beats them, which is, I think that's why Davis is so good for us, because he offers something different to what Lyle Taylor and Lewis Gavin can offer. It's just a bit of variation, and you don't have to play him with Gavin, but you can as well, which is good. So yeah, I think Davis and Cook, and the other one, obviously, it's got to play a player that we've already got. I mean, I could say Larayev, but I don't think I should pick him just yet. I think a player that surely we've got to be a player that we haven't seen the best from so far, that you'd like to hope would improve. I mean, maybe when Joe Lolly comes back, we can hopefully see the best of Joe Lolly again, which would be great. So, I mean, I don't know when Lolly's going to come back, but I'll just for bounce, we'll say Joe Lolly, because I just want to see him, scoring scream with some range again.
Against Bristol City.
I think ideally against Bristol City, that would be the best team to pick, to be fair. So yeah.
Just do it against Derby. Just do it against Derby.
Yeah, that too, but I'm sure he's going for a hat-trick against Bristol as well.
Come back this weekend,
City.
Joe, and score a banger,
City. Anyway, so 3 players that I'm most excited to see. Well, I think Keenan Davis. I think a prime example is just how he bodied Rob Holding against Arsenal. Absolutely had him. Like Holding got nowhere near the ball in the slightest, and I think Davis won. I think I could say Larayev or Larera, I think is how you say it. But haven't seen him at all, so I could say him. I think Steve Cook is another shout. Well, I mean, I've just said that our 3 signings. But yeah, I think I'll go with Davis. I'll go with. It'll be interesting to see if Spence can maintain his form for the rest of the season. I think he can. I think yes. I'll go flipping Davis. This is very professional. Davis, Spence, and I'll go Larera. However you say his name. I'll call him Big L.
Big
yeah.
L. Wow.
Big L.
Big L up front. That's just crying out for defeat, that is. Big L, right.
Always love Big L.
Big
Yeah,
L.
I'll go with Larera,
That's just
Davis, and Spence. Those are my 3. Let's go.
But both of you have both picked Davis, and obviously against Millwall he looked really good. So, like, I think I found some stats. I think I retweeted it or something from his game against Millwall or something, and I think hopefully he can have a good half rest of the season with us. Annie, what do you think?
I think Keenan Davis definitely, and do you know what? I think you're yet to see the best of Philip Zinckernagel. So I'll go Zinckernagel, and I agree with Zonde Silva. Actually, I think he's a very good player. So yeah, I'll go Zonde Silva.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with, obviously, I went Silver, and then I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Davis, and then I don't really think we've seen the best of Max Lowe, really, because obviously he's been injured, and I still think he can maybe be better a bit. I don't know, but obviously I'm excited to see what happens with this back 5 that we're building at the moment, because obviously we've got Spence, Worrell, McKenna, Cork, and then obviously when he returns, Lowe. We got some comments here. Annie, what happened on New Year's Day 2020 with Bristol City?
2 years ago. So not last season. We lost 4-0 at home to Brentford.
Way. Imagine not beating
us.
Brentford that season. Imagine not doing the
double over Brentford in that season, like Forest.
We won't talk about the year afterwards, but yeah, that season, yeah, imagine not doing the double over them. I think you're missing this man up front. He would have just buried them in for you. This is very refreshing. Bristol fans' tears are very refreshing.
Basically, we're just roasting Bristol City throughout this stream, really, aren't we?
Disrespectful. Stream.
Yep.
Okay, so obviously we've heard the Wallace rumours. It's all gone. Apparently, he's having a medical when he returns from his quad injury, which is kept him out since early December. If he does sign, what do you think he'll offer to us?
A lot more depth in attack and some more. I think just a different player, because I think he's a bit different to what Brennan Johnson and Philip Zinckernagel are. I think he's sort of a mix of Alex Mighton and Joe Lolly. I believe he's got a very good burst of pace. He can score from pretty much anywhere, inside the penalty area, outside the penalty area. So I don't think he's going to have the insane long-range shots that Joe Lolly has. But I think he seems to be a player that can score from anywhere. He's, as I said, good burst of pace, decent physicality. I wouldn't say that's his best thing, but I think he's got a very good burst of pace. He'll just offer something different to what we haven't already got, in my eyes anyway.
Rads?
Yeah, I mean, I've not watched Jed Wallace hugely closely, really, but whenever I have seen him, he's always been very threatening. I saw a bit of him last season. I remember he's scored some. I think actually Luke made a good point about him. He's very quick. He is a bit like prime Jared Ollie, really. Which if we can get a new version of Jared Ollie, then I'll definitely take it. And he's a modern day legend for Millwall. So I think it would be a coup. He's a guy that's been linked with Premier League clubs before. Could easily probably even now play in the top flight, and for us to be able to go and get someone of his caliber is just huge. It just shows how we are really heading in the right direction, and it also just shows what the hell happened last season. I don't know when it came to recruitment and everything, but
Dave Murphy and Vestros.
Yeah, pretty much. But it isn't just we've got Cooper and we're playing better on the pitch. It's also off the pitch as well. The way we're dealing with transfers, getting it done really early, and not just getting random cast-offs from Olympiacos. We're getting genuine quality. Steve Cook, Davis, and Larea. Even though I've not heard much about Larea, he's got very good reviews, and from what I have seen, he looks great. As for Wallace, fantastic. He's always been smashing it in the Championship for Millwall, and if we can get him for not even that much, about 2 million, it's a coup, in my opinion.
Annie, what do you think Wallace will offer us?
Don't get me started on Jed Wallace, honestly. He is such a good player. And obviously he scored against us this season. So
Well, I mean, who hasn't really?
Luke actually hates Bristol City, but I'm convinced.
He hates Bristol City with passion.
he only started, as soon as he got to know me, he started hating Bristol City. That's probably because of my personality, isn't it? Anyways. Genuinely, I think he'll be a huge plus for Forest. He's a great player. He can play on the left, he can play on the right. Yeah, he's also played up front for Millwall this season, or as a 10. So he's pretty much played anywhere along the front. He can play in a 4-2-3-1. He can play along the three. So on, if you're playing a 3-4-3, he'll play left, right. But yeah, I think it's a great signing for Forest. Honestly, I think he'll Champions ready player, probably even Premier League ready player. He'll add instant quality. He can whip crosses and he can take on his man. He's really been the reason that Millwall have done so well, finishing the top half, and he's been brilliant.
I don't know where Simon is, Luke one. Yeah, only 3 teams have failed to score against this season: Preston, Stoke, and Derby.
We've kept 3 clean sheets all season.
Preston North End, bottom half of the Championship. Derby County, 23rd in the division, and they have a famous chant called "Going Down with a Fiver in the Bank."
Add 21 points onto that current total, and they'll be in 11th, 1 point below Forest.
Yes, worst start in 108 years, and they're still below us. And coincidentally, above Bristol City. Time to drink some more Bristol fans' tears.
This is just a roast session for Luke.
Obviously we sit. So obviously we sit. I think we're 10th, aren't we, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sit 10th in the Championship right now. Where do you think we'll finish come the end of the season?
I think anywhere between 9th and 5th is realistic. I think it's definitely dependent on if we keep Brennan or not. If we lose Brennan, then I might be tempted to think we'll just finish outside the top 6. But if we keep Brennan and maybe bring in another 1 or 2 players and obviously keep hold of our main core squad, I think we will make the top 6. Whether I think we are ready... Yeah, you have a look at this, Annie.
Should we just get it out of the way right now? We lost 6-2 at Fulham. Great, well done.
We lost 4 now, so...
Yeah. Exactly, Luke, exactly. Same goal margin.
Now, we didn't concede 6 though. But I think if we keep hold of the likes of Worrell and Brennan, then I think we will. Then I think we can make the top 6 with maybe another addition, maybe 2 additions. And it's about building for next season because I personally don't think we're ready for promotion. And it's just then if we don't go up, then there's a chance we'll lose Brennan. So there's a lot of positives and negatives that can happen. But I mean, at least we'll finish higher than Bristol City. Let's just say that. I don't even hate Bristol. That's the thing. I don't even hate Bristol. I'm just going in on them. Anyway, yeah. Silence is golden. Oh God, it's distracted. Fulham get battered everywhere they go. Fulham get battered everywhere they go.
It's probably the most. That definitely ain't true. With Fulham getting battered, it's more like they batter everyone.
They're literally winning 1-0.
Fulham just go and casually score 7 twice in the season. One against 3rd in the league, Blackburn. Like, yeah,
Mate, they haven't even had a shot. They haven't even had a shot on target, and they're winning 1-0.
That's what Fulham can do, right? Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, Cardiff did.
Cardiff get battered.
But yeah, Houghton lost to Cardiff.
That's Chris Hewin, David. I think I've got more manager.
Imagine losing to Cardiff. Imagine not beating Cardiff.
We beat them earlier
Anyway,
last year.
Firstly, you're 18th in the division. Secondly, we'll see next Saturday what happens. Thirdly, you conceded twice in the 90th minute when you were leading for majority of the game. Fourthly, you're Bristol City. Fifthly, you try and force a rivalry out of a team in League 2. And sixthly, that team in League 2 is better than you.
The last point is totally incorrect.
That's like saying Mansfield are better than Forest, like, you know.
It was just to make my point. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Anything to trigger Bristol City, basically.
It's that sudden rivalry with Bristol City, I see.
I love that there's another Bristol fan in the chat as well.
Forest and Bristol have a long-standing rivalry, as we all know. So.
Right, you know, Bristol with their almighty double of the Papa John's Trophy and League One title can't compete with our trophy cabinet of back-to-back Champions Leagues. These tears are nice.
Really, yeah.
I wonder why.
I've drunk about a quarter of it already.
They'll be on for about another, 8 goals probably. 2-0.
Come on, Birmingham, come on. Pull it back to 3-2. I know I've got all the faith in you, Birmingham. Christopher Houghton, yes, him.
Who? Fine margins.
Yes, fine margin.
Cabana.
Right.
So, Rads, where do you think we'll finish?
Top 6. I don't know. I don't. I think what it is I say we're not ready for promotion. I think what it is really is I just can't actually imagine this in the Premier League because it would just be that surreal. As much as I want that to happen, I just don't. I don't know what we'd do in the Premier League. Whether we would be outclassed or we'd compete, a fair amount, or we'd have a mad season like Sheffield or something. So if we did that,
if I can just quickly jump in, David, I'd rather us have a bit of an average season that's a big if we get promoted. I'd rather us have a pretty average season like a Villa, get like 16th, 17th, than have an insane season like Sheffield United and then get relegated the next year. I'd rather have us like a 16th-ish finish and then progress upwards than rather have one insane season and then just go down again. That's what I'd rather us do.
I mean, I don't the one thing I wouldn't want to happen is, we go up after 20 odd years away and then we just get outclassed completely, and then we're just relegated by like March. Like, I'd like us to, like, even though it's not glamorous being 16th, you're in the top flight, which for us is what we want to do at the very least. So, Watford aren't exactly amazing in the top flight, but they're at least competent, I suppose. So if we were just to do what they do, then I wouldn't complain too much. I mean, maybe if we were there all the time, we might. Our priorities would probably change. But yeah, I think we will be top 6. If we don't get top 6, I won't be gutted about it, because I don't think anyone realistically expected us to even be having this conversation when Cooper came in. Even no matter how good Cooper is, I don't think anyone thought he'd have the impacts as quickly, at the very least, as what he has done. So if we don't get it, it isn't horrendous. But obviously it would be a bonus if we did, of course. And of course, Fulham just having another cricket score this evening.
Annie's left.
You upset him, Luke. You upset him.
Yeah. I'll have to put the Bristol fan tears away for the evening. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll put them with the Derby fans' tears as bottle as well. Granted, I've almost drunk all of them, but
Probably a penalty. It was. It's Billy Sharp as well. What a legend.
Wait.
Man like Billy Sharp.
Right. No. Unfortunately, he won't be doing that. I'm afraid, Blue Terrier. He will unfortunately not have the privilege of tearing Forest apart again. Even though I think he'll go versus us. Yeah. Got any more questions, Mr. Owen?
No.
We are massive. Right, we need to get that going. Come on, David. I'm gonna run out of breath, David. Oh, come on. Come on, boy. We are massive.
I think
Davey,
Andy's internet's lagged out like he usually does.
Davey, Cooper,
Race the Derby, Forest gone magic. I'm bigger than Bristol City.
Bristol fans not even here. Still hates them.
Mr. Harry's in the chat. So you got to keep, keep the grind.
Yeah, I think Annie's internet's lagged out like usual.
No, he just got upset by Luke. I mean, Luke's an evil character, to be fair.
Yes, I'm so.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
Did your internet lag out?
Hang on, one minute. Let me just grab tears again.
Obsessed. Obsessed.
Your internet lag out, Annie.
Yes.
Oh,
Do we need the hashtag go fund Bristol again?
Yes.
Wait, I just want to know, is Blue Terrier 19 Simon? Because he's the one that says you're a small team in Derby.
Well, that's factually incorrect. But we do have a club worth of more than £5. Anyway, I just want to check the championship table.
Comment. It was a very interesting intro for Rads with the £5 thing.
Oh yes, I can fight 1 Derby counties. I can fight 4 Derby counties.
I don't know where Bray was going with some of the points he was making in that video.
Oh,
Like,
honestly, he had me tears.
The children bit was very, very interesting.
He had me in tears with that. I was actually, but I think just to
I would
fit
nail
this
the
in with
child.
some-
What are you on about, Bray? Seriously, are you okay?
that's funny. Watch Radscast if you haven't already for the most consistent podcast out there. And if after you've watched episode 15, feel free to go back and watch episode 3. That was an elite Radscast.
No, that's the worst episode of Radscast in my opinion.
Well, Bristol City
4-0
weren't
Fulham.
featured in it. So
Nah,
come
it's still the worst.
4-0 Fulham, by the way.
Oh,
Honestly,
pain!
Honestly, just please kick Fulham out of the league just for the sake of the entertainment value. Like, what's the point? Because then you know what's going to happen next season. They'll be in the Premier League. They'll be losing 4-0 every week. Like,
Hang on, you're wrong. The LJP episode 3's the quiz, but then this is the one that's vegan. The Tim Pot, Dan the vegan.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's the best one. Because I'm on it.
no, you're not. You're neither one.
Just quickly, I just want to see where so Forest are sitting in a solid 10th place position. Only a few points of playoffs. If you just sorry for the drop. Oh, there Bristol are in 16th place. Sorry, I couldn't quite see them down there.
I don't
Well,
think that table is
the,
right. I don't think that table because we're not below. We're not.
That table's right.
We're not above Swansea. We are above Swansea. Oh my god, we're above Swansea.
I'm not one to.
30 points. 1 in their last 5. Look at
Our chairman had
previous
3
fixture.
days in October to find 2 million, otherwise would have gone into administration. Jeez.
Just get this on screen now. Can we get an F in the chat for Bristol City's relegation hopes? Because it looks like they're going on a League One tour. Don't worry, Annie. We know what it's like down there. Don't you worry. 17th place is not nice.
At least we can win League One.
I doubt Bristol are going to get relegated.
Well, Derby, because I said so. Anyway, cheers. I would like you all to raise a glass bottle, whatever you've got at home. Raise it to Bristol City, to their points deduction for next season. David, I've seen you've got a mug. You can raise that mug to Bristol City's points deduction. Cheers.
Thing is, we're gonna get a points deduction as well.
Well, I saw it. Cheers. Let's just to the screen. Cheers.
F in the chat for Bristol City.
F in the chat. In the chat. F in the chat. Da, 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 da.
I don't understand what I've
Anyway,
done
yeah.
wrong.
I don't know what you have done wrong, to be fair, mate. It's I think Luke's doing anything in his power to trigger you, really.
Yeah, I think I've drunk about a quarter of these. I think I'm gonna leave the Bristol fans tears. I'll put them with Derby's. Sorry, I'm drunk with Derby's fans tears. Or
Lads,
Derby's
we got to
fans.
stay calm. Birmingham have scored. The comeback is on.
Yes! Yes! Come on!
Oh,
Come
the
on!
Blues. Please, come back. Get a 4-4 draw. It's possible. Easy.
Right.
Uh,
Okay. Right, where were we?
You know what I think we should do to end the stream? I think Luke should reenact falling off his chair just for old time's sake. I think that'd be, legendary.
Okay, you know what? You don't understand.
That don't count. That don't count.
It does.
pathetic.
What you've
Come on.
done there is you've just got your chair and put it on the floor. Oh, I'm
Honestly,
disappointed. I thought better of this before.
well, I personally think I'm going to take this opportunity to plug the LJP YouTube channel. Subscribe for top quality content.
I've heard it's overrated, so I wouldn't bother.
Overrated. Overrated. It's not like
Yeah.
I got all my subscribers from David or anything.
No.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Let's get proper memories back from this legendary moment.
Oh, God.
Oh wait, I forgot to ask Annie. Where do you think Forest will finish in the table then?
I think you'll finish
Above
around
Bristol
8th.
City.
I think Forest have got very good players, but I think with the teams
Like
that
this man.
are there around Forest at the moment, I think the likes of Middlesbrough. Who else is there? Middlesbrough, QPR, West Brom are in there. I think Huddersfield will drop. I think Stoke will be there and thereabouts. I think Sheffield United will definitely go there. And you know what? I think Forest will finish around 8th. If you finish around 8th, I think that's a very good season. So
Okay,
I
I've
think
just got this little clip to play at the end.
I think I know what this is.
oh god.
Oh no! If you
If you want to lose your hearing, watch that clip.
have you watched it? Have you watched it, David?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, crikey. Where did you see this? Where did you see it?
I just saw you did a stream and I thought I'll watch his reaction. I regret it, to be honest, because my ears are still different.
Don't worry, David. I made his ears deaf the other week when we were watching Hull Everton. I sang Will Griggs on Fire at the top of my lungs and made him deaf.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that. My ears are still suffering from.
Will Griggs on fire.
Your defense is terrified because Will Griggs on fire. Your defense is terrified because Will Griggs on fire.
Okay, Luke's going.
He's
You have. I mean, this stream's just what happens in the championship review show. Basically, it's just banter and waffling to Annie.
It's just pure banter. Just have a laugh. Talk about the games if you want, but just basically just have a bit of a laugh and just talk about your team. Have a rant about your team. If your team has just lost 6-2, have a rant about them. I don't really care. So yeah, just go on there. Just go on there. Have some fun and hopefully enjoy it. That's very good. That's very good, Harry. Freeman's on fire. Your defense is terrified.
Who?
Luke Freeman.
Luke Freeman. What? One of the most irrelevant players I've ever seen play for my club.
Oh, he scored a belt against Bristol though. He scored a belt.
What was the score in that game? Sorry, what was the score in that game?
Lyle
We
Taylor.
absolutely
Lyle Taylor. Let's take a moment to appreciate. A moment of silence.
Can you get Luke off the stream, please? Cheers.
I think you should. I think for the benefit of you, to be honest, you just.
I don't even hate City. I know 2 people that support Bristol City, and one of them I'm on the stream with. I don't hate them. I don't know. I'm
It's
just
a
in
little bit
that.
suspect, to be honest, based off this stream.
I'm in the vibe.
Luke, am I right by saying that you're at Derby in the rearranged game against Barnsley this week?
Yes, I indeed should be at both of those games. Yes.
Where are you sitting for those games?
The Derby one's a surprise, and
Luke's going
so
to
the Barnsley.
2 Forest matches in a row. This is legendary.
Oh, Jenna.
Bong!
Oh, me and Dor got to be in for a shot when Luke overtakes us both in subscribers within a week.
Yes.
Like, just in the prime content that we're going to get on offer. Like,
I know, right? Top quality. I will leave. Like me and Bray are taking over YouTube, David. Me and Bray are taking over YouTube.
I think I'm gonna, because I think we got a free midweek after Stoke before we play Preston, because obviously we're in cup action the day, obviously the weekend that we should have played Coventry on the 5th, and obviously that has been postponed. But let me just back my point up. Yeah, we've got a free week between Stoke and Bournemouth, but the game would have to be on a Tuesday night though, because we've got Bournemouth on that Friday, but I think we got Stoke at home 4 days after my birthday, and then we've got Bristol City the next home game after that, so I'll try to get tickets for one of those 2 games.
Finger slits. So
Uncalled for. Uncalled for. If I just change my profile picture, if my lights as it loads, there's a audio. Now, if you know this, you know. Okay. If we could load.
oh,
if you
that's
know,
where that's
you know.
from. That's where that's from. Bottom thumbnail. That.
I'm sorry. I just insane. I'm tempted to send it to him. I want to send it to him.
I mean, yeah.
It's like I'll send it to him, so you should use this in a video. Anyway, like and subscribe. We want to see.
What do you make of this? This is a good one. This is against Arsenal.
That's a very nice one.
Owen,
No,
mate,
okay.
you gotta go now. I'm sorry.
That's where we're going to leave the stream here. Thanks, Annie, Luke, and Rads for coming on.
No problem.
And at the end of the season, I'll
Yes.
probably do one of these again, reviewing the whole season, and I'll probably get I'll probably get Luke and Hunnigan and Rads on, and then I'll also get Jenna on. He couldn't come on today because he had football apparently, and I'll try to get Bray on, but I think he had football as well, something. But yeah, thanks for watching. It's been a fun, entertaining stream. Luke's been taking the mickey out of Bristol City for most of it. But yeah, if you want to obviously see more of Rads, his channel will be linked in the description. LJP's will be linked in the description, and so will Annie's as well. And also, if you want to see me, Annie, and LJP, check out the World of Sport YouTube channel. Recently hit 2K subscribers. So see ya.